Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. Please remember to like and subscribe. Now, in part 1 of my video on translation, we found the coordinates of the image by simply what we said is that we took the coordinates of the object and we added the translating vector to each coordinate. Now, the question could have been different. What if they gave you the coordinates of the object and they gave you the coordinates of the image and they wanted the translating vector? How would I go about finding this? Now, all of these here are technically speaking equations, so we can transpose them. So if I know that a prime is equal to a plus t, which of course is my translating vector, I could actually go ahead and say that a prime minus a is going to give me t, which means that my translating vector would be the coordinate of my image minus the coordinate of my object. And because the translating vector is the same for all of them, we only need one coordinate from the object and the corresponding coordinate from the image. So if I choose a and a prime, then of course the translating vector would be a prime minus a. Likewise for b. Let us say you chose b from the object and b prime from the image. A similar, when you carry out a similar working, you'd also get that t is equal to b prime minus b. Also, t is equal to c prime minus c. Let us look at an example. Here's a typical question. Triangle PQR has coordinates p, -6, 4, q, -3, -1, and r, -1, -4. If PQR undergoes a translation to produce P prime, Q prime, R prime, and that is the image there, with P prime having coordinates -9, 6, Q prime -6, 1, R prime -4, -2, determine the translating vector. Now, because the translating vector is the same for all the points, all we simply need to do is to pick a point from the object and pick the corresponding point from the image. Alright, and bear in mind we had worked out a small formula here. So I can actually say that the translating vector here would be equal to, let us say I'm working with P and its image P prime would be equal to P prime minus P. Alright, so this implies, and based on what I have here, P prime has a coordinate of -9, 6. And of course we know we're going to put it in vector form. So it would actually be OP prime. So I'm going to have here -9, 6 minus the corresponding coordinate for P, which is -6, 4. Now, of course, we subtract corresponding components. So I'm going to have -9 minus -6, which is really saying -9 plus 6, which is -3. And I'm going to have 6 minus 4, which is going to give me a +2. So therefore, the translating vector is -3, 2. Now, let us say you had to carry out a translation manually, means that you're using a graph paper. The first thing you'd have done is to draw your object, which is ABC here. As you can see, the coordinate of A is 4, 6, the coordinate of B is 8, 4, and the coordinate of C is 4, 2. My translating vector is what I have here in the far left hand corner, which is T equal -3, -4. Now, of course, you wouldn't write this on your graph paper, but I'm just putting it there so you can see clearly what we're going to do. Now what I'm going to do is to manually show you how we can actually count it off to find the image. So when I have -3, -4, the -3 at the top means that I'm moving 3 places to the left, and the -4 means that I'm moving 4 places down. So I'm going to go to A, and I'm going to move 3 places to the left. So I'm going to go 1, 2, 3. And then once I get 3 places to the left, I'm now going to move 4 places down. So we're going to have 1, 2, 3, 4. We're going to put a point there, and that point, of course, would be A prime. So I'm going to change that to A prime. We're going to apply a similar concept to B. B is also going to move 3 places to the left and 4 places down. So I'm going to have 1, 2, 3 places to the left and 4 places down. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4. So here, that point there is going to become B prime. Similarly with C, we're going to move 3 places to the left. So we go to C and we count 3 places to the left. So we have 1, 2, 3. And then we move 4 places down. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4. And I'm going to put a point here. And that point is going to be C prime, which is the image of C. Now, once we have plotted the points or the coordinates of the image, all we have to do is to draw a straight line connecting those points. So we can connect A to B. We can connect B prime to C prime, and then we can connect C prime back to A prime. And that gives me my image. And you can simply just read off the coordinates.